Well, hello YouTube, and here we are. Welcome to our winter wonderland. That snow they were forecasting has rolled on through, pretty much as you see. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, not 100% sure the outcome of today. I had a couple of emails from a few people about the truck here, so I don't know exactly how it's going to shape out. All it takes is, well, that right person to come on through and, well, know the value of a truck, and then away it goes. You know, a lot of people look at it and don't like the age, or don't like the fact that it's a regular cab. And then there will be those that know the value of a truck, know the value of it in general. And those will be the person, or that'll be the person that will buy it. And the other people will just go down to the dealership and finance a vehicle, or end up buying something that is 3/4 wore out, just because, well, it's a 4-door or it has leather and options. Well, I haven't heard any road reports yet. However, this snow that we have is a wet snow. So I'd imagine that there's going to be, well, a fair share of road incidences coming up as people start to travel for the, well, long weekend here. Well, as for me, I got nothing really big planned. Just stay close to home, do a few things. I'm caught up on my editing and uploading. My video transfer is doing okay. I got to go back through and double check to make sure everything worked the way it was supposed to, and well, it'll be all good from there. But the day's probably just going to be a lot of this with the snow and stuff. If something does changes, we will well, do another check-in. Well, hello YouTube, here we are. Little bit of a afternoon update. Well, the Silverado is all swept off. It didn't go for a test drive. However, somebody came and had a look at it. The first non-semi tire kicker person to actually venture on out from their computer chair and have a look. So, we'll have to see what happens from there. And as you see, of course, it is still snowing out. They're advising travel on the highway to be minimized. I guess a lot of people don't exercise caution, so they gotta put warning labels on things, so to make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Well, this guy went and came and looked at the truck, and he's kind of old school, sort of like I am. Kind of appreciates the simpler vehicles. He did show up driving a fancier vehicle. However, he's going through the same thing that I said that would happen with these older vehicles, with the power options not working properly. You know, he said his power seat doesn't work, so he had to unhook it. His window won't roll down, and sometimes his locks don't work either. So of course he had a look at the truck. We started it up. He put it in gear, put it in reverse, pulls itself around, you know, he said, and well, he said he would have bought it today. However, the banks are closed because of the long weekend, which I believe is correct. So maybe, you never know, right? However, I am going out of town, of course, because of my surgery, and it would be nice to have had it sold before then. One less thing to, you know, worry about. But we'll have to see how it goes from there. He may be just a tire kicker. He was coming into town anyway just to buy groceries, so he didn't waste any of his time, kinda, sorta. was just, you know, my time, and I guess, you know, my time to him is not valuable at all. So next week, or toward the end of next week, when I get back to town, we will see if he holds true. If he's a tire kicker, well then, I guess, you know, whatever's right. If he's telling the truth, well, it may be gone. It's kind of one of them things that you never know how it plays out until it plays out. You could have something listed for 6 months, and all it takes is that one person to come along that sees the value in it and wants it for what it is. You know, like I've said in other vlogs, a lot of people want the power windows and power locks and all that luxury and fanciness. However, it's those options in time that will give you trouble. So having a truck like this with tilt, cruise and air, very minimal options technically, will go a lot further before giving you trouble than ones that have the electronic shift for the transfer case and traction control and all that stuff. And really, this truck hasn't given me much trouble at all. I believe the battery issue I was having over last winter was the fact that it was sitting. It may need another new battery, but hey, it may not. If you get driving it, the alternator will charge everything up, keep everything charged, and you keep driving it, don't let it sit, well, it's not going to be a problem now, will it? It did have a stereo in it at one time, and I don't know how fresh that alternator is, so, you know, the alternator could be cooked or could be weak based on the stereo, because with past experiences in my other vehicles that had stereos in them, you know, the alternator did take a beating because of the, well, demand or draw from the stereo. Well, of course, as for my plans for the rest of the day, well, just starting to get prepped for the big road trip. I know I'm still a couple of days out, but I want to make sure I have, you know, a suitcase together and other goodies together, just to, so I'm not running around like a chicken at the last minute. Get those all squared away, and then, well, all will be well. It's funny how she goes. You know, it's going to be a little bit bittersweet to see that truck go, because, well, it was kind of, you know, Dad's truck, Dad and I's truck, and you know, Dad's gone, and the truck is still here. Her truck, you know, may still be here. And once the truck goes, that's kind of one less thing that was, well, part of Dad still around. And I guess it is what it is, right? However, the monetary side of things will help fund the next project build, which is coming. It's just a matter of, well, picking it up here in another few days. Hopefully I've recovered well enough for the surgery to make the road trip. If not, I will have to put it off for another week. And then, well, it'll all be good. So time will tell. Maybe this guy is real. Maybe he's just a tire kicker. And around we go. And we'll catch you all then. We come to the end of another day. Well, it was a snowy day, a stormy day. A day to, well, be indoors where it was warm. I did venture on out, did some shopping, nothing really major. I was going to go out in the truck and shoot some road footage, but decided to stay at home, not to take the truck, and, well, it is what it is. Well, like you guys found out earlier, I met up with somebody to look at the old Silverado. Time will tell whether he's a tire kicker or not, but you gotta give him credit. At least he got up off his computer chair to come and look at the truck before making an offer, where everybody else just you know, tire kicked and made an offer over the computer. And if I would have accepted it, they would have came and got it, you know, washed it, hung a Pioneer freshener in the window, and then listed it for, you know, $7,500 and try to make, you know, $5,000 off it. Where this guy here, well, he's got an older vehicle that's given him trouble that, well, he may or may not pull through. You never know, right? Like I mentioned earlier, all it takes is that one person who knows the value in this truck, who knows what it is, who knows who appreciates it. It's right at that point where it's too old to be new, and it's too old and it's too new to be what they call a classic. So of course, what do, right? Do you keep it for another 10 years and then sell it for, $9,000 or $10,000 to somebody wanting to relive their childhood? Or do you cut her loose? Cut her loose now for, a little bit less than what actually the blue book or black book value is for this vehicle. And actually, in fact, even less than what the dealership recommends selling it for as well. So it's kind of one of them things that I've got to kick around the idea on. I could put it in storage. I do have the storage stall. You might as well use it for another year or so. See what shakes out. You never know. I'm hoping things will turn back around. And when they turn back around, well, I will probably want another 5-speed standard vehicle to rip around on and have fun. Like I ever, abused this one anyway, but it always sounds good when you talk about it. But remember guys, we do have a post office box for all your fan mail, letters, decals, nonsense, gibberish, whatever you want to send me. If you have an item for the Fire Pit channel, well, send her my way. I will give you a shout out and, well, obviously run the item through the Fire Pit channel. If you have an item for me that you want to unbox, review, or whatever, send her my way. Send me a PM if you do, just so I can expect a package. If you do get a tracking number, then sometimes our wonderful postal system keeps the item, and they'd rather have it than send it on to the rightful owner. But gonna end her all here. Today was a good day, tomorrow's another one. Round around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.